Welcome, my beautiful souls, and welcome, my fellow Virgos. So this is going to be a special reading for you. This is going to be for Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Many of you are intuitively guided now to like readings that make no sense to you. You know what I mean? Like, why would I click on a Virgo reading when I don't have Virgo? That's your guides. That's your guides nudging you. And you may have Virgo somewhere in your chart. But anyways, I am a Virgo sun, September 13th. My boyfriend is a Virgo sun and moon on August 23rd. So I know Virgo energy very well. So, anyways, we're doing a special reading where, I did a soulmate reading where I went right to our guides, right to divine, and I asked 5 questions. And I got back 5 amazing answers. So I thought, you know what? Let's continue this with the specials for different signs, who I'm really feeling called towards. Um, Asking 5 questions again. So let me tell you what the questions are, and then we'll get into the reading. So, number one, what are you subconsciously or consciously manifesting right now? Um, and I am looking at the rest of 2025, but my guides know that I like to work in the here and now. So, Divine's take or message to you right now, your potential for the rest of 2025, your love life, new love, old love, again, 2025, but I'm really interested in the here and now, spirit guides. And then your money and career for the rest of 2025. And last but not least, we're going to take one major arcana that's really supporting your energy right now. So it can be something that um, gives you or helps give you guidance on which direction to go, whatever it may be. So let's go ahead and open up the reading. I do have my coffee. I'm going to bring the lid down. There we go. Put my coffee aside. And by the way, we're going to use the crystal vision to answer the questions. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot. We'll take one right above. So what I'm doing, I don't know if I said that, is I'm taking 5 crystal visions, one major arcana, and then one Gilded Tarot right above it. So it kind of helps support or clarifies, whatever the message may be. So everything is pre-shuffled, but let's go ahead and give them one shuffle. I'll like to give them a shuffle with you here. Let's give them a cut. Get them ready. Okay. So our crystal vision is ready. Let's go ahead and give our Gilded Tarot one cut. Get them, or one shuffle and a cut. I pre-shuffle all the decks. And the reason why I do that is it's really my time to meditate on your energy. We might as well go ahead and do the major arcanas real quick. I mean, there's hardly any cards. There we go. And let's put them over here until needed. And then I do have a couple extra decks ready if we need them. The Romance Angels, if love comes up and then we have questions that maybe wasn't answered. clarifying love situations if needed again. So let's go ahead and begin. What I would like you to do, which is completely up to you, of course, is just kind of calm your mind. Do a little bit of deep breathing. And we're just going to go with the flow, right? Because we're asking these questions and seeking the answers from higher realms. So let it be. All right. So, what are you subconsciously or consciously manifesting right now? Well, hello, Ten of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. The House of Abundance. Oh my gosh. This is, you know, um, and I have to say, some of you, I feel like you're working from home. I love that she's out in nature. It's almost like she's grabbing the wisdom that nature provides. But this is true abundance, guys. This is like having more than you need. But then if you do, I mean, I know us Virgos, right? We're gonna help others. So, wow, you're manifesting the Ten of Pentacles. All right, let's go ahead and take crystal vision above it. And then we have the Seven of Cups. Interesting. So, Seven of Cups is trying to make an emotional decision. It can talk about in chaotic energy. It's interesting because the Ten of Pentacles is very grounded energy to me. And this is a little bit not so much. However, it might just be something you're thinking of adding in into an existing platform. Um, I'm not going to say that it might not be talking about, or that it might be talking about, well, I'm not going to say, and then I say it. Um, it isn't of emotional nature. So we'll keep going and we'll see. But look at that. And it's a seven. So to me, seven is such a spiritual number. And I don't know why I'm going to say this, but I feel like we're in a very spiritual year. Well, maybe because we're in the year of the hermit. Hmm. All right. So, divine's take or message for you right now. Knight of Swords. It's like they're communicating with you. Look at this knight. He's on a white horse. Purity, truth. And it's interesting because this knight is looking back at the Ten Pentacles. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are getting a little spiritual help here. Like epiphanies, ideas, communication, opportunities. This is from your guide. So to me, it's like a very clear symbol that they're speaking to you, they're helping direct you, and they want you in that Ten of Pentacles. Hmm. All right, so let's see your potential for the rest of 2025. We have the King of Cups. Oh, I forgot to take, we'll come back to him. I forgot to take one of, oh my gosh. Okay, well, this makes a little bit more sense now. The King of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is now coming over your divine team, your spiritual team, and what they're trying to say to you, communicate to you, and even bring you. The Ace of Cups. And, that makes so much more sense that the King of Cups be here. I was going to say, um, because this is really speaking of your potential also. King of Cups to me is someone who, in the upright, is very giving, um, can be very loving, I do feel like the King and the Queen of Cups, I feel both of them really appreciate like long-term relationships, that special partner. That's how I'm supposed to put it, that special partner. So it's interesting that he's actually holding the cup, that your spiritual team is helping to usher in. All right, well, let's take a card above him. Look at this, the Emperor. The Emperor. Someone we can look up to. Leader of the people. Through their spirituality. It makes sense because I feel a lot of you, well, I don't think you'd be here if you weren't on a spiritual path. Or we're all on a spiritual path, but exploring that spiritual path. This is a great omen for business ownership, doing something that you love. But I also feel like it's talking about love. You know, it's interesting how much information we can get when we literally ask the questions. So, you know, this Ten of Pentacles, first of all, I feel like you can create this Ten of Pentacles. I know that. Like you have that wisdom, you have that experience. Some of it's life experience. You know, because I know many of you like work in healing modalities, and um, I think it's beautiful. To be honest, I think it's beautiful. I feel like we're like-minded, and that's what pulls a lot of you to the channel. But the Emperor, quite beautiful. Um, if this is relating to love, which he's sitting next to the Ace of Cups, because honestly, this is the highest vibration through the Emperor and the Empress. It is the highest vibration. This is someone who would easily, well, let me put that a different way. This is someone who would express the way they feel, not someone who goes quiet and then talks and then goes quiet. Mm-mm. And because divine is actually ushering this in, then I feel like there's really nothing to worry about. Literally holding that cup. So we know the Emperor and him are connected. By the way, the Emperor is a card of Aries. It's interesting because I'm doing some podcast where I'm breaking down the major arcanas for you, and I just got done doing the Emperor. It was about 2 days ago, but it was the last podcast I did, I think. I don't know why, but when I see the Emperor, I always think of this country song, and I'm not a big, well, I shouldn't say that. I love all types of music, but I don't really like, listen to country on the radio, let's say. But there's one song that I always think of, but I can't remember the title. It's something about a better man, like I'm a better man, or I'm looking for a better man. Now, if you're a man and you're here, then woman, just put yourself, whatever your situation. All right, well, let's keep going. Wow, how interesting, because the next question is about your love life. New love, old love for 2025, but again, the here and now. Interesting, the Five of Wands. What is that? That is drama. Why? The Ace of Pentacles. What is the drama about? It's over this ace. Some of you are making some changes. Um, you could be changing houses, changing people, babysitting a dog. He's out there barking at my door. He wants to come in. I keep calling him, beautiful German Shepherd. I want to keep her, but I can't. But anyway, so I get this feeling because the Five of Wands speaks about drama, can certainly talk about fighting. It's the energy of really nobody backing down. I love this image because you can see these two lions fighting, right? It's like that inner beast within us. But then the Ace of Pentacles, just like the Knight of Pentacles or I'm sorry, the Knight of Swords is coming in. It may be what's bringing also, I know it's bringing the Ace of Cups, but it might also be bringing the Ace of Pentacles. So there may be a change that's happening. Um, you know, that's going to be free will, but I feel like it's showing it at least. Some of you, now this could be old energy, but I don't know why. I feel more current. But again, five is about a change, and then the Ace of Pentacles shows up. Ace of Pentacles is about something that's coming into your physical world, and it's meant to truly enhance it, not deplete it, enhance it. And I don't know, maybe someone in this Five of Wands would be like, give me that Ace of Pentacles, but it's not for you. Interesting. All right, so let's look at your career. Even though we already have the Ten of Pentacles, so we have the Unknown card. I get this sense of many of you are very intuitive, psychic, but maybe you're not trusting in that. This is the High Priestess, but you can see your crystal ball is cloudy, so I can't really see. So, your money, your career going forward. Well, this Ace of Pentacles is definitely going to help. But it almost feels like it's out of divine's hands and it's in your hands. There could be someone you're connected to right now where this Ace of Pentacles is meant for you, as is this Ace of Cups. But yet, this drama and fighting right next or right under this Ace, and then the Unknown card. Almost like I don't want to tell people, or maybe a certain person, because I don't want their hands in my pocket. Well, let's see what comes above it. We have the Page of Wands, kind of like my risk taker, looking right at that Ace. This Ace feels like it's going to change a lot of things in your life if you so choose. I feel like number one, it helps you to move if that's what you want. Um, Let me just say this first and foremost. Your money looks fantastic. Now, the Seven of Cups is making more and more sense, right? Because here comes this Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. And I do feel like it's the Emperor who's offering their love. I might come back and look at um, the Ace of Pentacles. All right, so the major arcana that's supporting you right now, and I'm just going to let it come to me. There it is. Look at this. How interesting. How many times did I say in your reading, I'm interested in the here and now? And this is exactly what judgment is about, the here and now. This tells you that your spiritual team they're sending you signs right now. Well, we know that because they're trying to speak to you. And look what the energy they're carrying, that Ace of Cups. Now, number one, I know that's love for you. That's unconditional, you know. But spiritual team, this talks about a rebirth, a new beginning. Let's see what comes right above it. The Three of Cups, a reason to celebrate. This is the energy of joy. Interesting after what feels like a period of not so much joy. So, what's mirroring each other? Judgment, your spiritual team, calling you to the present moment, telling you there's an opportunity for a rebirth. Interesting that that judgment is blowing its trumpet towards the unknown card, the high priestess. Some of you just aren't trusting the signs. Some of you may have a hard time with change, but it feels like some type of change is needed. I would say if you're getting pulled into someone's drama or people's drama, like this could be work. You want to think about that. I mean, again, it's free will. It is up to you. But look at judgment mirroring the Ten of Pentacles. That's your spiritual team telling you what your potential is. And in the Ten of Pentacles, I often don't feel you're alone, but I feel you're happy. So there must be some type of change here, which is what a five is all about, change. And even judgment, a rebirth. I have a feeling this reading, for many of you, are the signs that maybe you have been missing for whatever reason. I just get this feeling like you haven't been trusting like that initial instinct. But judgment is saying that there will be a reason to celebrate. It is the energy of joy. Even the Three of Cups mirroring the Seven of Cups. Well, what's right in between the Emperor and the Ace of Pentacles? Ace of Pentacles means it's coming into your physical world. All right, let's look at the bottom of the decks. We have the Four of Cups. Interesting. Interesting. Especially with the Ten of Pentacles. It's like I've been busy. I've been doing my thing, creating abundance, or I'm on my way. Some of you have been laying groundwork, whatever it may be, but I feel like if nothing else, your spiritual team wants you to know you have the capability to really earn that Ten of Pentacles for yourself. It's about your money, and then maybe love entering into the picture, but it's not taking away from you. So anyways, Four Cups. So Four Cups talks about discontentment and boredom in one's emotional world. Well, that makes sense because your money's looking so good, or the potential of it is looking so good. I had to say potential because you have free will. Even your spiritual team would say that. Well, that's exactly what they have said to me. So, it's the one place I feel, oh, look at that, another four right underneath that, the Four of Swords, healing. This could be healing of old love and a potential of new love, because there is a cup coming in. You don't see it on this one, but normally you see like a cup coming in from what looks like the hand of divine. Well, we know divine is ushering in that Ace of Cups. And that's what's coming in the Four of Cups, a cup. So the meaning of the card, it is discontentment and boredom in one's emotional world, but it's also about learning to use one's spiritual discernment. And that's what I feel like the unknown card is saying. Like for some reason, well, I kind of get it. It's hard to love again. after you've been in love and things didn't go so great. But we don't want past loves to stop us from potentially finding. I mean, isn't just any love because it's literally being ushered in by divine's message to you right now, and then judgment right now, these aces right now. All right, let's see what's on the bottom of this deck. Tower. Okay, well, that makes sense also. That's why the Seven of Cups feels like it's here. You had a tower. um you may have given the tower. Look at that, the Eight of Pentacles. It feels like for some of you, you went through some type of emotional, maybe a breakup. And, in pure Virgo style, you may have spent some time. We do have the Four Swords underneath there. You may have spent a little bit of time, like, feeling bad or what have you. But in true Virgo style, I feel like what you then did is turned your attention to your creativity, to your money, your career. And listen, feel like that tower. And I know a lot of people don't like when I say this, but I feel like without that tower, would this Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles even come in? Or am I doomed to stay in, well, that's again free will. Drama filled. It's like your spiritual team is saying, just take a chance. Take a chance. Take a chance on me. What was under the tower? Oh, the Eight of Pentacles, that's right. And look at that judgment. Look at that judgment. It's almost like your spiritual team has been very involved with what you're doing in the world, how you make your money. A beautiful energy for, I hate to always say spiritual based businesses, but I know a lot of you have them. And when I say a spiritual based business, listen, I could be a home designer, but maybe I do, what's that word I'm looking for? Zen, but feng shui. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you can do whatever you want to do. So, again, without the tower, but it makes sense where the Seven of Cups is like, I'm not so sure. Literally, here is the cup right next to the seven. So it's like the cup comes in, and then you have to make a decision. And I feel like the majority of you, I'm not going to say everyone, you're either on your way to what I feel is going to be success, or you could already call yourself successful. But there can still be new avenues. This is a year, I feel like, for adding like whatever you feel called to. Like, I started a podcast this year. Um, I'm really learning how, or my interest is learning how to make movies. Like I want to turn my tarot readings into like series, like series one, series two. So, anyways, a lot of fire in the iron, a lot of fire in the iron, a lot of iron to fire. Who knows? All right. Um, you know what? Before I bring out the clarifying love situations, there's just a couple things I want to look at. And I'm going to use the Universal Tarot to do that. So let's give them a cut. And I'll actually shuffle for these. Okay, except for that one. All right, so the first thing I really wanted to look at was this Five of Wands, Ace of Swords. Interesting. Connected to also the Ace of Pentacles. Your voice, your truth. This is my yes card. So you may be wondering, do I speak my final piece and then head out the door? Again, I have to leave it up to you, but how beautiful you now, three aces. This could definitely, for some of you, be energy relating to a work where, yeah, I get this sense that, you're really good at what you do. And I feel like there are at least one person, if not more, who it's interesting because I feel like in one way they look down upon you, but that's envy. So they show it one way, but the truth of the matter is it's their envy of you. They're envious of what you can produce. So don't let that happen. That's their own issue they need to work out. And let's say it is a job, but you can't leave it. I could see this being speaking your piece. Speak your piece. But don't do it do it any way you want. But I feel like the calmer I can be, it's almost like this quiet power. And we have it, that quiet power. All right. I'm going to come back and I'm going to look at the Seven of Cups moving into the Ace of Cups. It's interesting. I wasn't going to clarify anything, but I just want to. Girls just want to have fun. Well, hello, sun. Hello, illuminator. Number one, this is a great omen for those who are afraid to love again. And I would say chances are the reason why you'd be afraid to love is because something has happened in the dark. So the sun is your illuminator. And it's a reminder to you that anything that's done in the dark will come to the light. But listen, I don't feel like this is something you have to fear or worry about. I feel like it's saying it's already coming in the light. The sun is like a brand new day. It's unencumbered energy. It's like loving freely. Will you allow yourself to love freely? Without expectations. Let's just see where it goes. I already know because right below it's the Ten of Pentacles, and I already felt that you weren't alone. It's like you create the Nine of Pentacles, which is success. And then the Ten of Pentacles, I feel like, is probably the Emperor. Now, I'm not saying the Emperor as in it has to be in Aries. Again, this is, let's say, like-minded energy. Someone we can look up to. This is someone we could have long, deep, intellectual conversations with. We could talk about our spirituality, what we've learned. Like, I could see just talking all night long. Interesting how I'm picking that up. What am I holding? The sun. So, it feels like there's nothing to fear here. I guess but fear itself. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring out the clarifying love situation. Give them a cut. All right. So what's interesting is with these cards, this is the top. There is a message on both sides. So depending on which way they come out is a message you would read. Well, how interesting. They're all sideways. So I feel like we have to read all the messages. So wishful thinking. Having lofty ideas leads to a letdown. Be realistic. Well, I don't like that. Achievable insights. I'll take this. Embrace practical steps towards clarity, bringing your goals within reach. That I accept. All right. Bound by demands. I feel like that's at 501s. Stifled by expectations. It's time to redefine limits and reclaim freedom. Entangled. Establish and communicate your own boundaries. Okay. Futures embrace, seize prospects, absorb wisdom, and spring into action for your ambitions. That's the Page of Wands. That is my risk taker. That is someone who will spring into action. All right. And then deeper waters. Step out of your comfort zone and explore new depths. Wow. Seven of Cups feels like that is you in maybe an uncomfortable state, but it's not a bad problem to have because the Ace of Cups is right next to it. It may be a fearful energy, but it's not a bad problem. It's actually good. So let's go ahead and bring out the romance angels. I would love if you wouldn't mind, leave me a comment on what you think about this format. It's just something new I'm trying, but it's really when I did that soulmate reading and just the clarity that we got like instantly. We even had the Empress on one side, the Emperor on the other. Well, you guys know that's my power couple. So I just loved it. And I thought, let's continue with this format. But I prefer to hear from you. What do you think? And this is not replacing your monthly readings, which will still be nice and long. Well, I say nice and long, but they're going to be whatever they're going to be. Love yourself first. Your self respect makes you more romantically attractive. Love yourself first. I feel like that's kind of what these aces are here for, also. It's like opportunities, but then knowing you deserve these opportunities. All right. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Now, I have to tell you, it doesn't have to just be about love. And then, well, hello. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Now, this could be past lives. I often feel it is just the way they're up in the clouds. I often feel it is. So, there's our Ace of Cups. It's coming in the light. It's certainly going to help you make a decision because ultimately the decision is up to you. But it is mirroring the Three of Cups coming with Judgment, your spiritual team, our spiritual team, telling you that this is something that you will celebrate. It's really meant to bring joy to your heart. But, again, free will. I love the Ace of Cups next to the Emperor, and I love the Emperor next to the Ace of Pentacles. And then the Ace of Swords. I mean, come on. And Divine is the one who's ushering in that Ace of Cups. So, okay. Interesting. What's interesting when I think I did Taurus right before you. It's like I could see doing a part two, and we'll see. But I'm gonna let that be. I'm gonna let that be. I don't want to overread. I want to just let it be. But holy cow, I'm glad I did this reading. So let me know what you think, though. I love you guys. Thank you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.